All right, guys. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all the holidays this season. For those of you who just want to be happy this season. Take care of yourself, your family, your friends, your neighbors, etc. Okay. All right. So, okay, we're gonna get into a quick video here about this style of machine. Now, when I said this style, I mean the old Electrolux build. Okay. Take a look at this. Right. This is a Proteam. All right, but you see the shape, you see this little L shape right here. All right, they have I believe there's a Bissell like this. You have, I think there's a Sanitaire like this. Of course, the old Electrolux, and then you have the Proteam. So any machine that's made in this form has a similar makeup underneath the nozzle. So we're gonna lift up the rug nozzle, and we're gonna see what's causing a noise. Is it like a kind of a tatter noise, all right? And it normally happens when let's say you went over a carpet and it got stuck. These are geared machines, meaning that the brush roll is a geared brush roll, the belt is a geared belt, and the actual motor is geared. And when I say geared, I mean like this. See if you can kind of see it a little closer. This kind of teeth, see that, the teeth? Okay, now, okay, let's do it. All right, this here. There you go. Looks better like that. All right, so so you have the teeth, and what happens when it gets stuck? The teeth actually just kind of the motor is not going to stop. If it does, then the motor is a problem with the motor. But most likely, the motor is not going to stop. So the motor is going to just eat away at the teeth, and then after you pull your sock out, you pull the carpet out. Eventually it's going to start again, but then now you have that missing, so you're going to hear that tatter sound, all right? So let's open this thing up and let's see what's going on and how to easily change this belt, and we can move on. All right. So by the way, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Feel free to share this video, and if you feel this video has helped you in any one of my videos, feel free to either join channel or just send us a little super chat kind of thanks. We'll take it. We appreciate it. Thank you very much for tuning in. So now here we go. Let's take a look at what's going on here, and we'll go from there. Okay. Let me kind of tilt this down a little bit so we can see this. Okay. So now let's take out the screws. Now I'm using a screwdriver here. I mean, not screwdriver, drill, but I'm taking my time. Again, you probably heard me mention this in a couple other videos, and if you're new here, you haven't yet. If you're using a drill, kind of tone it down to like the lower numbers. Don't have it all the way up, to like the, like jam it, like this is the top levels for things that are hard. Because what's going to happen is a lot of these plastic units here, the screws are very like tightly screwed in, and if you're not careful, a sudden jolt will break the plastic that is tuned into. Okay, so if you ever see me using a drill, I most likely have it toned down. Okay. All right. So not all of them came all the way out, so I'm gonna have to. My magnet's in the back. But let me tilt this over so the stuff can just fall out. Give me a second. I'm just gonna tilt this way, and maybe my screws are just. Here we go. Here's one. All right. Let me tilt it. Okay. Here's the other one. All right. Let's see if this comes right off. Now, the old Electrolux, you had to kind of put a screwdriver underneath the nozzle and kind of pry it. Okay, this one is not quite made that way. Hold on, I think the middle is still, screw. Yep, it is. It's still a little tight. Hold on, let me get this out of here. Beautiful. All right, guys. All right, save your screws. Now, if you notice that there's a screw that's a little shorter than the others, the likelihood, it may be. Let me see something. Let me make sure they're not short. If there is one that's shorter, it's probably going to be at the very end. Like this end point right here. These two, okay? All right, just keep that in mind, all right? Because sometimes the screws come out, you're not sure which goes where. Looking at this, it's probably the short screw goes on this one, okay? Just kind of examine it. If you notice, they're all at the same level except for this one. 1, 2, 3. Everybody's at the same level except for this. That means this doesn't require that much of a screw to get in there, okay? So the short screw go in this one. All right, moving on. Okay, so let's tilt this back over again, and let's see what's happening, all right? Let's get this. We're gonna examine this belt. And there's many more videos we can make for this model, because there's a lot that's going on with this that can go wrong with this. Let me see if I can see if we can get you a better view of this here. Let's turn it around this way. Just lean this up against here. How's that? Is that a little better view? All right. Let me lean it up. Okay, so you have 2 screws on both ends of the brush. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take these screws out because we wanna examine this belt and see if my suspicions are correct. Because something else could be going on. We don't know, but we're gonna double check, okay? All right, so let's take these out. Like I said, do it as careful as you can. Okay. And if you're in doubt about your drill, just use a screwdriver, okay? All right, so these are little itty-bitty little screws. All right, and then let's do the other side. Okay. Now, while you're in here, you clean out your clean out the motor area and stuff. Sometimes dust will get in there, especially with the carbons are burning and everything. So you just want to take your time and clean this out. Now, this is not in a good position for me to kind of just be hands off because it's going to keep sliding. I just had to reposition this. So I'm just going to try to keep one hand on this machine here while I work. Okay, let me try to pry this up a little bit. Here we go. Good. Okay. All right, so now brush is out. Now I can get the belt, and let's examine the belt. All right, let me kind of, I'm just gonna kind of keep this from moving, right? All right, let's turn this inside out, and let's see what we're looking at here, okay? So let's rotate this belt. Rotate, and there it is right there. You see this? You see that? That's the space. So that's the part of the belt that is causing that noise, okay? Everything else looks fine, except for this little piece that got eaten out here. So that's all we have to do, guys. Just replace that belt. And it's not just any belt. You want to make sure you get the right size, okay? Believe it's a P5 Electrolux belt. But sometimes when you're in doubt, because you know what happens? A lot of the times the belts will come to you with all these odd numbers, these numbers on here. And it's not necessarily the part number, what they are. Now, this is a stock number for the aftermarket belt. If you look at this, this number right here, that's a stock number for the aftermarket belt. So that makes it easier to find. Let me pull it back a little bit so you can see it. All right, but the original belts normally wouldn't have that. Let me see if I can find a different one that might fit. Now these are smaller belts. These are not the same kind. So to show you how you can get screwed up a little bit, take a look. So this is an Electrolux belt also, okay? But this is not Electrolux, but they use the same stuff. And so you can buy one online thinking you got the right belt, you get it, and it's not. And sometimes what I'll just do a simple little size up, like this. Just squeeze them together like that to make it, and if they're the same length this way, like this, they're the same length, okay, then I know I got the right belt, okay? I look at the teeth, and if you're in a store, you could do the same thing, and you size up the spacing of the teeth, and if the spacing is the same, then you know that you have the right belt, okay? So that's kind of the way to do that when you don't have the exact part number and you're searching by different numbers. Now take a look at this one. So this is another belt, okay? And it's 2 different sizes, but here's what. The spacing is the same, see? So you could tell it's for the same type of gear, the same type of bag. Brush. I'm not sure if you can see it properly, right? The same type of brush, same type of bag. But I keep saying bag. But it's the distance from the brush to the motor is different, so this wouldn't fit. All right. Anyway, you get the gist. All right. So let's put this on. Make sure the teeth is nice and secure here. We're gonna put this like that. Okay. Put this like that. And while you're in here, like I said, you know, you can clean your brush off. You can clean this out. You can even take the time and clean this out. I normally just use a spray, a little toothbrush, and just kind of get myself working and clean this out when it's time to clean it out. All right. Double check these connectors, make sure nothing's burnt. Just kind of, you know, look around and see what's happening here before you put this cover back on, okay? Also, while you're here, I would check the hose, because the hose is notorious for getting a tear in it. See this hose right here? This hose right here, okay? So I would double check this hose while you're in here, make sure there's no tear, no rip, because of, you know, the fact that it's going back and forth and it has those wires, and after a while, and every plastic is eventually gonna get brittle. Just know that that's just a thing. So double check this and make sure that's okay. All right, guys, so I'm gonna put this back together, and we're gonna call it for this video here, okay? Let me see. Oh, no, we're not done yet. And look, okay? All right, don't hold it against me. All right, don't hold it against me, guys. All right, so here we go. Let's put these back. You know, you would know when you put it, when you forgot these ends, okay? Trust me, you would find out like instantly. Something. It'll let you know. You know how there's certain things that's just not, certain things are not forgiven. You know what I'm talking about? There's no forgiveness in certain parts of life. You know, you reap what you sow kind of thing. That's just what it is, man. It's just the way it is. Don't be a victim of it, and don't feel like you're a victim either. It's just, dude, you forgot it. Sorry, you know, you got hit. That's it. Take it, come back from it, see how you can learn, how you can build. But to walk around as if life is unfair is not a good way to live life, okay? All right? My little 2 cents. You can even be mad at yourself for forgetting something or for not doing what you were supposed to do, missing that bill or whatever. But just know that is the nature of life, buddy. You don't water the plant is gonna die, possibly, if it's one of those plants that require water. Thanks for hanging out, folks. There's a few people who don't like my rants and a few who do, but hey, you know, don't you take your friends as they come? Take me as I come. All right, here we go. All right, so take a look at this. I'm gonna show you again about the screws, right? Now take a look. This one is the small screw. See, there's a smaller one, right? So I'm gonna put the small screw over here, and all these other big guys are gonna go in here. Okay. Actually, there's another small one. It's not as small as the other one, but there's another small one. Okay. I'm gonna put this in the middle. I'm gonna put him right in the middle here. Actually, you know what? Let's put him at the end. I have a feeling that this end would use both of the small ones, okay? You know how you'll know right away sometimes? Be careful. I've done it before. You know how you'll know? I put a long one and a small, and what I do is I put my hand underneath while I'm drilling. I'm screwing it in, and you'll start feeling if it starts to protrude out the plastic, you just stop in your tracks. Don't go any further. Be careful. No, wait. I'll tell you. Hold on. Yep, that was good. I thought thought I got the wrong one. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. We're good. All right, folks. And that did it for this guy. Ugh. That did it for this guy. Solved the problem. All right, let me tilt this back up so you can see. See me? You see that? You see me? You see me? All right. And I think that did it. Okay. So for those of you who's been having an issue with machines like these, that's just how simple it is. It's not necessary to take this to a shop. You know, if you just don't have the time, you don't want to bother, you know, you're not, you know, then fine. You know what I mean? I'll take the business. But if I can help you save $1, I'll help you save $1, okay? Okay, guys, story done. We're moving on. I'll talk to you later. Most likely in the new year. Happy New Year. And I'll see you next year, okay? And that's it, all right? Love you guys. Stay positive.